All right, what's up everybody? In today's video we're going to be doing some towing with the F-250. Got the big trailer loaded up with some short steel, and we're going to talk about loading trailers and making sure you got the right tongue weight and everything, and we're going to bring the scrap in and see how much we get paid today. So alrighty, so we got the F-250 2013 loaded up. We got it running like always just to keep it warmed up because it takes forever. And I loaded all this stuff yesterday and the day before. I cut up those frames and everything. Posted a big video if you guys want to see me cutting up those trailer frames. Picked up these cast iron radiators, and I was trying to get some weight forward because when you're loading these trailers, that's a 24-foot trailer. As you see, I got most of the weight towards the back. Now you don't want too much tail weight because it'll cause the trailer to wag and you'll lose control. But you gotta know how to load a trailer. Now, I've loaded this particular trailer probably easily 100 times. The one I had before this was an 18-footer, same company, same axle setup, lighter weight trailer, obviously, because it was smaller. That was only an 8,000-pound trailer, where this is a 10. So, what happens is, I've loaded that other trailer probably about 500-600 times, with cars, different scrap, all kinds of stuff. And I've used multiple different trucks with multiple different trailers. So as you see, not much squat, and I'm not even touching on the back little helper there. But that gap closed in about an inch, so that tells me I have roughly about 700 to 800 pounds tongue weight. So the requirement is a minimum of 10%. So if this is a 10,000 pound trailer, it should be no more than 1,000 pounds on the hitch weight. Okay, now my hitch, sorry about that, a little wonky. The hitch on this truck says weight distributing 12,500 pounds, maximum hitch weight 1250. And then it says weight carrying 6,000 pounds, 600 pounds tongue weight. So that means without a weight distributing hitch, which you couldn't run on this trailer anyway, you probably could find a setup, but they're probably expensive. Most of those usually are for campers and not thick framed I-beam. And that weight distributing is only a suggesting. All right, because I've talked to the DOT guys about it, and they said there's no way. So how could you think about this? How could you tow a 12,000 pound trailer with 12,000 pounds there? That would be 10%. But if you load that 12,000 pounds more towards the back, over the axles and back, you're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna it's just not gonna work. Now, I loaded all this heavy frame that I cut from the trailers, and I got 3 boilers. So I know that's about 400, that's about 450, 500, and this one's probably about 375 to 400. And then I have these trailer frames. There was 2 big trailers I cut. If you want to see the video, I'll leave the link right here. And I know these trailer frames are probably about 1,500 pounds a piece. So that tells me that between this stuff and that stuff is probably close to, I'd say 4,000 pounds. So I have 4,000 pounds from here, I'm estimating, from here to right in front of where the wheel is. So I got 4,000 pounds-ish right here. Let me zoom out. I got 4,000 pounds-ish here. So you're thinking, that's a lot of tail weight. You can't tow it like that. It would be wagging all over the place. And now I had all these aluminum. I had all these steel wheels here. See all these steel wheels? I'm estimating, I think there was 25 of them. So 25 of those steel wheels is probably, say, 25 a wheel. Some of them are heavy. So that tells me that there's easy 500 to 600 pounds. That might be a low estimate, but I'd rather take a low estimate than a high one. So that means I got 600 pounds here in front of the axle. Now this trailer, like most of them, the axles are further back. So I know I got 600 pounds, and there's some other stuff in here. So I'm going to easily say 600 pounds. I'm not going to say much more than that. So I got 600 pounds counteracting that lever and tilting back. This video is going to be a little weird because most people don't understand, you know, when you load a trailer so many times, you just understand it. Now, this cast iron radiator, that cast iron radiator, they're about 250 to 300 pounds a piece. We took them off the second floor of a building. They're pretty heavy. So if they're 250 pounds, that's 500 pounds. That one's probably about 85 to 90. That little one and that gear are together are probably about 150 pounds. That gear is really heavy steel. And you see I got some other pipe. And there's some other pipe and that blue structural steel, piece of cast iron. So I have, from here to here, from where that frame stops in front of the axle to the rims to here, I know within my heart I have at least 2,000 pounds counteracting the 4,000 pounds. Now this trailer, when there's nothing on it, has about 400 to 500 pounds of tongue weight. You can't pick it up. Two people can't pick the front of this trailer up with the sideboards and just the overall weight of this trailer. So that tells me I have 2,500 pounds of hitch weight here, but I can't have that legally. And I know it's not 2,500 pounds because the truck would be squatting like this, especially because I have a lift gate. That's 500 pounds too. So 3,000 pounds, my truck could be riding like this. So you can't judge it. And you got to figure it like a seesaw. If the wheels in the trailer are in the middle, it'd be really like this. That's why they put them to the back. So if anything, it's going to go like that. It's going to tip forward. So as you ride, you're going to get weight movement. Now, that's why I always put looser stuff in the front, like those wheels. Now, I figure there's about 2,500 pounds from that point with the weight of the tongue of the trailer and this pushing down on this point. So, do I have 1,200 pounds on this point, or do I have 2,000 pounds? I don't know. They sell a nifty jack on e-trailers where you can put that in there and adjust your tongue weight. But that just seems like too much hassle. Like, I've never loaded, I think I loaded wrong once, and I had two cars on and one hanging all the way off the back, and it was just a disaster. So I know that by putting a ton in front of the axle, that's going to counterbalance the weight in the back, because with the other tongue weight. So I figured 2,500 pounds, can that counteract all the weight that's riding in there? And I have those boilers on the back, which is my back lever. Now, if you drive this and you sense it starting to wobble, that's why I always put the small stuff on front. Because I could take 5 or 6 of those rims and start stacking them here. I can move weight. If I start driving before I get to a certain speed, and if I sense that it's a little wobbly, I can move weight forward. Now, is that going to put me over my 10% here? Oh, hell yeah. You'll never be over, even with the weight distributing, which all the weight distributing does is it pushes back on the frame and it puts more weight on the axles, which you could be overweight on your axles too if you do that. So weight distributing is not always the answer. It is, but it isn't. Most weight distributing is good for if you have a camper. See, this is not tall. Campers are tall. Like my camper is 11.5 on top of the air conditioner. So it's just catching wind, and on the highway with the sides, it'll cause it to wag. These trailers never wag. I even loaded them. I've had 2 cars crushed on them being overweight. 2 minivans crushed on here overweight. Loaded towards the back. One, on the back and one on top of it, and it still rode fine. But if you get pulled over, the DOT can check your hitch, and they could see if you're overweight. So, and technically, am I over the 600 pounds without weight count, without the distributing hitch? Yes, I am. So, is it safe? Hasn't broke yet. I mean, why would Ford rate it that way? Most trucks can't even take that much tongue weight. If this was a 1500 and this weighs, say there's 6,000 pounds of trailer straight, it's 9,000 pounds. You take a brand new 150 or a brand new 2500 or 2500 Chevy Dodge, and you hook this trailer up, it would go down 4 or 5 inches. My truck squatted about 2 inches with the Sumo springs, and I have the lift gate, so that's a decent amount. Now, a 1500 or 150 would squat to the moon with this on right now. even if that was 1,500 or 2,000 pounds tongue weight. Most 1,500s can't even take 500-600 pounds tongue weight without squatting to the moon, because they're just not built like the Super Duties or 2,500s. So we're going to be headed out to the scrapyard now. That was like a longer rant and everything. We're going to bring this short steel load in and see what we get paid today. And I hope you guys learned something about loading trailers and everything. And I might not have loaded this correctly, but some people argue with me about how I load the trailer. But the thing is if I sense that it's not loaded right, I can move some of this stuff forward and I can put more tongue weight on, so it's not you know, gonna sway or be a problem. I mean, like I said, it's just the way it is. So, all right, I hope you guys watch this video to the end, because we're gonna go to the scrapyard now. I'm gonna show you pulling on the scale and the weights and everything. I should have said this earlier. I think we'll make a decent payday today. I'm not exactly sure how much weight is here. And the other thing is, let me flip this around. Last night, I was looking on my YouTube, and I've noticed that I have made my first 1 million views. So since I started YouTube, I've gotten 1 million views on my long-term content and shorts. So I really appreciate that, guys. It really means a lot to me. It shows me that, you know, people are watching me. It only took a little over, I think it was about a year to get 1 million views. I know it sounds like a long time, but in a niche that nobody really likes and is really small, I mean, it's not a very popular niche, so I try to add some more towing videos and different things for you guys. But I hope you guys appreciate what I've put in. Truck should be nice and warm now. We're going to be scooting to the scrapyard here. This truck tows it like no problem. I just wanted to show you guys, because I get comments about people, oh, you loaded your trailer wrong. Oh, you have too much tail weight. No, it's not. I very rarely have I had to adjust the load. I can tell by when I hook it to the truck how much I have an estimate on it. And I've been DOT'd before, and they've put the scales out and they've tested it, and I'm usually within 100 pounds of over or under, which I really think it should be more. You should be running, you know, and this is a minimum of 10%. That's if you read everything and you look at it, it's a minimum of 10% of the trailer load should be on the hitch. Minimum. So if you were 15, if I went 15%, I'd be overweight on my hitch. I'd be overweight on my axle. I couldn't tow anything. I could barely tow 8,000 pounds legally. And this truck's rated to tow, I think it's rated to tow 12,500 from the hitch. I think that's the lowest point, is the hitch. What the hitch is rated for. I think this truck is 12,000. I thought it was more. I might have to look at that. No, I think it is 12,500. But all right, guys, we're going to scoot to the scrapyard here and see what we get paid and see what this weighs out to be. Maybe I have it loaded wrong. Maybe I have it loaded right. Leave your comments if you think I messed up or not. All right, one more thing I want to show you guys. Not my weak distance to empty. Right there, gain. Hold on. Gain, I have it set at 6. I'm going to go about 7. I'm going to do a brake test when I start driving, because if it's set too high, you'll lock your wheels up, and that could cause you to lose control or flat spot your tires. So, and that little light right there that's going on and off, I'm pushing the button. That puts my transmission in tow haul mode. Always tow in tow haul mode. It's a different program of shifting and everything, and you have to. If you don't do it, you'll regret it. It holds your gears better, and a lot of times it'll lock out overdrive, so you're putting the max amount of power down. But we're gonna head to the scrapyard. I know I keep repeating myself. 204,000. Let's go back to distance to empty. We'll watch it drop fast. All right, made it to the scrapyard. Took a little longer than I wanted to. There was an accident on the highway, so we had to wait for about 20 minutes for it to clear up. Didn't get to see anything good, but that's usually the way it is, though. All right, so we weigh 16,300 pounds. So we have about 5,800 pounds on. Not a bad little load. And Joe had some cans he wanted to bring. Might as well, we're here. The best part of the day is having them unload it. Alright, let's see what we weigh coming off. I filmed a little bit of them unloading it, but it was taking a while. Must be a new guy or something like that. He was just taking his time, which I appreciate, not banging my truck up. But 10,720. So, yeah, like 5,500 pounds or something. Alright, so that load was 5,580 pounds. I was hoping it would be a little heavier, but there still was room for metal. And $295 a ton for short steel. And it was $734, which is not a bad day's pay. We're going to go back and I have the little trailer loaded up with tin. I don't know if you could see that in the video this morning. And I have some aluminum. We got to go through whatever can go through quickly and load that up because it's supposed to rain tomorrow and the next day. So if it's going to be rainy and crummy, I'm just going to, stay home and not really bother. But so we're going to end. No, we're not going to end this video. We're going to show what the other ticket is at the end too. So we're going to see the other ticket, what we make too. So, all right. So this was our first ticket of the day, which you've seen already. This was our second ticket. I had 400 pounds of aluminum, and I had 2,000 pounds of tin, which was a small trailer that I already had loaded up. So we just basically ran into two loads. So this was 400 pounds was $296 in aluminum, and $202 for the tin, and it was $220 a ton, which made it $398, which making a grand total of $1,132. So not bad for a day's worth of work. Sorry to sons. So yeah, I hope you guys appreciate this video. We did some towing. I had the trailer loaded perfectly. It rode down the road mint. I was doing 65 to 70 on the highway. Not a single problem. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And to the guy who I'm going to tag in this video, saying, high school kids doing side hustles making $600 a day. I don't think so. I'm going to tag you in this video. And this video especially for you. I made $1,132 today. It's supposed to rain the next 2 days. So here's the best part. I'm going to sit at home the next 2 days. I made more money than most people make in their normal job. Yeah, I got to pay tax on it. Yeah, I had to put gas in my truck and everything. I have my expenses. But you know what? I do this every day, every 2 days, every 3 days. I mean, I don't know. If you don't think scrap is a good side hustle because it's work, don't do it. I mean, look at me. Look how ugly I am. You see me? I'm a fat old man. I can't start an OnlyFans. Just saying, nobody wants to see fat guys do yoga. Or do you? So on that note, we'll end the video. I really appreciate this, guys. Remember, watch to the end. If you watch to the end, always comment. All right, I'll see you guys later, man.